Hello and welcome. This being the last session on character functions, let's end with writing some code to replicate the functionality of certain keys. So write code to mimic the functionality of keys like the backspace key and essentially all the arrow keys, as you can see there: up arrow, down arrow, left arrow, and right arrow. So let's now go to code blocks and we'll start a new file. Before we write the program, we're going to write this very short program, which is going to show us the return values for each of those keys, right? So hashtag include stdio.h and then hashtag include stdlib.h and hashtag include conio.h, as we're going to use get int main. And here we just need a character type variable, so char ch, and then we'll have an eternal loop or an infinite one, whatever you want to call it, and within that we'll have ch equal to get, and we'll use a printf along with %d so that we can print out the ASCII value of ch. Okay. Now some of these keys return two values, and we can catch that with another get. Remember, if we don't flush the buffer using flush, this get will pick up the value from the buffer itself, right? So printf %d \n, comma ch. And then of course end this program with the exit function. Let's run this short program. If you press the backspace key, you will see you have an 8 there. Press the down arrow key and you have an 80 along with a -32. 80 being the ASCII value for the letter P. If I press the up arrow, I have a -32 again, but with a 72. 72 being the ASCII value for the letter H. If you press the left arrow, again you get a -32 along with the number 75, which is the ASCII value for the letter K. And then when you press the right arrow, you get a -32 again, but with 77 this time, which is the ASCII value for the letter M. Right, so now we can use these values in our code. Let's start a new file. Hashtag include stdio.h, hashtag include stdlib.h, hashtag include conio.h, and hashtag include, we're going to be using windows.h so we can have the cursor positioned in the appropriate row and column. Int main, and then we'll need char ch, and we'll have a handle type variable. You can call it whatever you like, but it needs to be of handle type, and a coord type variable, which again you can name whatever you like, but it needs to be of coord type. Then we have short int x coord for the column and y coord for the row. Initialize x coord and y coord to 0. And wstd out will be initialized as well with the function get std handle, passing in the argument std output handle. Then we have our infinite loop, and within that we'll have ch equal to get and put char ch. We're going to have just these two instructions for now. Let's run this and see if we have built-in backspace key functionality and arrow key functionality. Right, so run this. If we press the backspace key, watch what happens. It's functioning like a left arrow key. If you press the up arrow key, you get an H. Press the down arrow key, you get P. Press the left arrow key, you get K. And that alpha signature that you can see, which is common for all arrow keys. And then the right arrow, you get an M. Right, so we're going to use these now to provide the functionality. As you can see, there's no functionality of all these keys. So we start with the backspace key. What we do here is we'll use a switch CH. And we'll say case 8, right, for backspace. We just say put char 8. But we saw that when we press the backspace key, which remember returns the value 8, all it's doing is it's moving left. But the backspace key functionality should be something like this. When I press the backspace key, it should move left, but also replace each letter with a space. Right? So put char 8, then put char space. Right? And then move left again. So put char 8. Okay, and then of course break. Right? Then we'll have a default. Put char ch. Right? So now let's run this and see if we have backspace functionality. Press the backspace, and now you can see we do. Right? So we've put in backspace functionality. Let's now put in the arrow keys functionality as well. Right? So for that, remember all arrow keys return -32. So we can say case -32, break. So we'll move out of the switch, which means control comes here, and here we can check if ch equal to -32, then we need to get that second value, right? So here we say ch equal to get, and then we check if ch equal to p. This is down arrow functionality. Then what do? We need to say y quad plus plus, right? And then dest quad dot y equal to y quad, right? And then of course dest quad dot x equal to x quad. So what we'll do is for the default, we'll increment x quad by 1 every time a character is placed on the screen, and y quad will simply have the value of the current row. So y quad is equal to dest quad dot y, right? And then we need to use set console cursor position, passing in wstd out and dest quad. So now we should have down arrow functionality. Let's check. Press the down arrow and you see that we do. Try to press the up arrow, you see it does not work. So let's put that in now. Out of the if block, we can say else if ch equal to h, right? And within this block, we need to check first if y quad is greater than or equal to 1. then only can we go upwards. If it's equal to 0, remember that's the topmost row and we cannot go further upwards. So if it is greater than or equal to 1, then y coord minus minus, and then of course dest coord dot y equal to y coord set console cursor position, passing in wstd out and dest coord. Right? So now let's see if we have up arrow functionality. So we have down arrow and then we have up arrow as well. Right? Now let's put in left arrow. So out of this if block, else if ch equal to a, then we can just put char 8 and the x coord minus minus. So now we should have left arrow functionality. So let's run this. Press the left arrow and you see that we have the left arrow functioning the way it should. What's left is right arrow functionality. So out of this, else if ch equal to m, then x coord plus plus, and then dest coord dot x equal to x coord and dest coord dot y equal to y coord. And then of course set console cursor position, pass in wstd out and dest coord. Right, so now if we run this, we have left arrow functionality and we have right arrow functionality as well. Right? So this ends our session for today. In the next session, we will start with string functions. Till then, take care, stay safe. Bye.